I'd like to call this meeting of the Joint
In violation.
Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committee to order.
And we can't hear you.
Now we can.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a Verizon commercial.
I'd like to call this joint meeting of the Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committees to order. First is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like a motion to adopt the agenda.
Adopts the agenda.
Thank you, Commissioner Romano and Grott made the motion and seconded to adopt the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. I'd like a motion to accept the minutes of the Joint Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committee's meeting from October 8th.
Motion to approve?
Support.
Thank you, Commissioner Goyke and Howard made the motion and seconded to approve these minutes. Any comment? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. We now have public participation. This is a opportunity for anyone in the public to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any subject that is on today's agenda. Later in the meeting, there will be a second public participation for people to speak on any subject. But right now, any subject on today's agenda. Any public wishing to speak? Any public wishing to speak? Hearing none, we'll close public participation and move to item 6, proclamation awarding the 2025 Macomb County Pat Daniels Veteran of the Year Award. Commissioner Haw and Romano.
Thank you.
I'd like a motion to give full board approval now.
Support.
Do I have a second?
Support.
Oh, thank you. I didn't hear the first. Thank you. We have a motion and second,
You want to vote on it first?
and we will vote on it now.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you.
For the audience, every year we have what we call Veteran of the Year Award. And we give it to the veteran that we feel has done outstanding service for veterans in the year. And we give these out every year. It's called the Patrick, what is it called, Patrick? Pat Daniels Award. And this year, we're going to give that award to Gilbert Staunch. Gil, come on up. And it goes something like this. Gotta put my eyes on. This is a proclamation awarding Gilbert F. Staunch with the 2025 Macomb County Pat Daniels Veteran of the Year Award. Whereas Gilbert F. Staunch has selflessly served with the United States Army and has made significant contributions in protecting our country. And where Gilbert unselfishly gives his time, energy, and undaunted efforts to Macomb County's large and growing community of veterans in need. And as a result, the veteran himself, Gil, serves the community. What does he do? Community each and every day by helping others. Gilbert started working for the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 154, in 2011, in a temporary role for its food pantry. That evolved into 14 years of dedication and eventually led to his role as co-chair for the food pantry project. Gil has been instrumental in every aspect of the pantry's operations, including ordering supplies, shopping, coordinating, and managing donations, and ensuring the pantry runs smoothly. And I got to give you a little side note because I happen to know Gil personally. There was an opportunity where they drop off food, he picks it up from different warehouses and stuff, and they bring it to the food pantry. Gil, being as young as he is, as strong as he is, they had these big pallets, and Gil decided he was going to push these pallets in the corner with his 2 legs. And Gil, what happened?
Blew out both.
He blew out both his legs, moving these pallets along. Gil also plays a pivotal role in the annual Operation Christmas Dance, which helps support children and families in need through donations and gifts. Gil is a man of high integrity and valor, and he should be recognized by the board of the 2025 recipient of the Macomb County Pat Daniels Veterans of the Year Award, a special honor recognizing an outstanding veteran for the many contributions and distinguished years of service to the citizens of Macomb County that are veterans of the United States. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Macomb County Board of Commissioners, speaking for and on behalf of all the county residents, the Macomb County Board of Commissioners hereby publicly proclaims Gilbert Klontz as the recipient of the 2025 Macomb County Pat Daniels Veterans of the Year Award, and be it further proclaimed that a suitable copy of this proclamation be presented to Gil in testimony of the high esteem in which is held by the Macomb County Board of Commissioners. Gil, this is yours. I'm gonna go one better. And we're gonna end up,
I ain't gonna stand there and read it.
no, you don't read it, I did it already.
Oh, wow.
Let's get, this is yours also. Come on in here. Harold. Wait a minute, hold on. What am I holding on to this for? You hold on to that. All right, that's better. Wow. The check for 10,000 is in the mail, Gil.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta turn around and take a picture this way.
All right.
Just kidding, Gil.
The speaker, oh, you can't leave, you gotta say something.
You
Gil.
got it.
Oh, you gotta say something.
Thank you.
That's Gil, that's my man. Take that with you too, Gil.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Gil.
Now, if we can only get Joe to speak that short.
Thank you. For those here for the Veterans Ceremony, if you wish to leave, you may, but you're totally welcome to stay. Up to you. Moving on, Internal Services Committee Department recommendations. Agreements with Information Technology Maintenance Agreement for the first quarter of 2026 for $2,920,008.80. I need a motion to move the full board.
So move.
Support.
Thank you, Commissioner Hall, and Romano made the motion and seconded it to move this item to full board. Jaco?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I come to you every month with maintenance items for information technology. And this month, we have a pretty big one as we ramp up for the 2026 payments that starts in January. It's almost $3 million, and there's 28 different items that's on there this month. If you have any questions.
Yes, Commissioner Hall.
Thank you, Chair. Jaco, it looks like you're getting more and more expensive. Is this a comparable amount to what we have approved in the past? Because the numbers just keep looking larger and larger.
Yeah, like I said, Commissioner, this is the really ramping up for 2026. Our requested budget for 2026 is 11.5 million, if I remember correctly. which means 3 million is kind of, first quarter. There will be more, coming to you in, not many, but in December as well. And then, obviously as the new year start and they become due, we will come to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Kraft?
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner Hall, just as a reference, because I've been tracking this one all year long, for the first quarter of this year, we spent probably a little over 4 million total when it comes to these items, so we're only partially there. So
We
we'll be ready
tried
for the
to-
next batch.
Try to get them done, from January 1st to the end of December. Unfortunately, especially with the larger companies, they just don't do that, companies like Microsoft and so on, but we try to.
Jaco, my one question for you is, seeing that this is for the first quarter of 2026, have you completed all of the fourth quarter of this year? And now everything from here on out is going to be next year based?
I have to make 100% sure, but yes, I would say all the ones that need to come to the board has probably been, have been completed.
Okay. Thank you, Jaco. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Goike?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a question of point of order on this. Can we be spending money on the first quarter of next year when we haven't even passed the budget for next year?
Are you asking Joe that?
I'm asking, it's like, well, probably Phil, if he's on that committee too. How can we spend money for next year when we haven't got the money, we haven't passed the budget for next year yet?
I know mine's not either. I mean, I know we've done this in the past where Jaco specifically has come to us because a lot of these are contracted out, but I mean, that's really up to us to go through that process. If we want to set that as, we haven't finished the budget yet, so we're not going to do any of that, or we can, we have an idea of what that number could look like or close to what that looks like. So for ease of process, I guess, could run it through it. It's really, at the end of the day, it's up to us.
Well, the way I, personally see it, if it's, you can't spend this money till, we can promise it to them, but we can't pay it until after the budget is passed. That's my, question. I think we should legally. I'm just throwing that out there, so.
Well, today it's to move it to full board. We can research that and you can bring that question back at full
I'd like
board.
to have an answer before, before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
vote next Thursday. Thank you.
I also just want to mention it is a logistics problem for us because we have to pay by January 1st. The ones that I'm bringing before you today. And that's the reason why we come in the previous budget here to this committee.
I get that, so that's what I mean, prepay, but let's say if we pass the budget by December 1st, then it would be legal to do it if we don't have a legally budget pass, I don't see how we can do it as.
I understand
My
that.
perspective, and that's why I would like clarity.
Thank you. Commissioner Howard?
I was going to echo what Commissioner Goike said. I think if this is going to be for the 2026, I don't think we should be approving it now when we don't have a budget. And if you said you don't need this until January 1st, then I don't see why this can't wait until after the budget, which we are almost done with, and will be approved ideally before December. And so that would give you plenty of time to give you, I think, at least one, if not two, full board meetings before it's due. And I know we don't negotiate contracts, but I know I can reference, our city, when they know that they have a contractual obligation, they like, in knowing that their budget isn't done yet, they negotiate so that those deadlines aren't going to interfere with the passing of the budget. And this one seems like it's right up against the line to force us to vote yes, so then we can, without ever having a budget. So I don't know how we vote yes on this without having a budget first.
Okay, thank you.
So I just agree.
Thank you. I'll point out that when Commissioner Hall,
I may cover the same point that you're covering. What we are doing is referring it to full board, and we are the ones that asked JACO to bring this stuff to us in advance of the budget because we needed to have idea of what it was going to cost us annually. So he's just following our direction. So alls we're doing is referring it to full board. If somebody's got issues with not approving it until the budget's done, keeping in mind the budget may not be done in time to meet his time constraints. So it's a great point, Commissioner, and I think we need to look at that in the future. But as is applicable to JACO, we're the ones that asked them to do this. That's all I have. That's all I have.
I just want to mention too that it takes us about 2.5 months to get this ready to bring to the board. So it's not something you just go to a company and tomorrow you have the cost. Because once we get the
This is the
cost,
only thing, so
if we're not happy,
won't need
we will
anything.
have to renegotiate, which we do many, many times.
Okay.
And, to get the final cost, then to come to a board meeting. I mean, I understand, we just, like you said, we bring it here to make sure that we can pay it in time. I understand the budget concerns, and that's obviously, another concern, but for me, it's being timely about commitments that we have, so.
The system has gone down, so just wave. Commissioner Kraft?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just another thing real quick, technically wise, we are scheduled to approve the budget on the 20th, which is our next full board meeting, which is when we would also be giving final approval to these items as well. So we should know at that point what the budget looks like because we will be voting on it that day. So just wanted to mention that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Sabatini?
Thank you, Chair. I agree with Commissioner Kraft. I mean, you really have two options. You could postpone this till next month and move forward in December, or move it to full board in November, pass the budget, and the funds would be technically allocated. So I think it's a very good point, Commissioner Goyke, based on what you had said. My question is actually specific to what the item is about. So, JACO, a lot of these contracts are not even specifically for your department. These are for other departments in the county, correct? So, for example, Courtview and LinkedIn and trying to grab the ones that I know, Guidehouse, those technically are not even for specifically your department. They're for other departments in the county, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Are most of these contracts based on how we have this designed quarterly, are most of them due by January 1st? That's when they have to have payment fulfilled by typically?
Yes, the ones that we bring to you now are the ones that's due in January of next year.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you, Chair.
Anyone else? I'd like to point out that while we approved the budget on this month, on the 20th, it's not finalized then because the executive has a certain length of time, was it 2 weeks or something, to actually object. So I believe it's not actually a done deal until that time expires. So it would be sometime at the beginning of December. The other thing I'll point out is we don't want to raise hell with our employees if we let our licenses expire. That could cause a lot of problems. So we want to make sure to have the licenses renewed on time. Seeing no other speakers, please vote. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. I'm now pleased to pass the gavel over to Commissioner Lucido, the Chair of the Health and Human Services Committee.
Thank you, and I will open the Health and Human Service Committee of November 5th, and we will start out with department recommendations. Our first item is item A, which was postponed from October 8th, which is a contract with Paradigm Removal Services in the amount of $75,000. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Wallace, supported by Perna, and we have Andrew here to talk about this today.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is the item from last month that we pushed to this month. So what you see there is two contracts in front of you. So we're going to talk first about item A, which is one of two contracts that we're proposing for proposal for Paradigm Removal Service. So these are both to do with our body transport contracts through the medical examiner's office. Currently, the contract is set to expire for our current provider, which is Paradigm, at the end of this calendar year. So this would be starting January 1 for a period of 3 years. We had 4 bids come in. We selected 2 of the 4 based off of a number of items that we feel would be best for the medical examiner's office. And so we are proposing in item A that a contract be approved for $75,000 for Paradigm. As I mentioned, they've been a very good contractor of ours for the last 3 years. They were there during our transition of our medical examiner's services going to Oakland County, as you recall, a couple of years ago. And they were very, very helpful with that transition to continue services, very critical services of our body transport services in the county. So I will be happy to answer any questions with item A.
Anyone? Seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, item A passes. We'll move on to item B, which is a contract with Heritage Services LLC in the amount of $75,000.
Thank you, Commissioner. We are also seeking approval.
Sorry. Can I get a motion to recommend a full board? I have a motion by Haw and support by Wallace. All right, now you can continue. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you, Commissioner. The second item, item B, is a contract for Heritage Services. What we looked at is we thought it would be a really good idea for the office to have additional backup of body transport services. We've heard very good things out of Heritage Services, who they reference in terms of other counties. And so it seems in their pricing, it's in line with Paradigms as well, very comparable in terms of their service provider. So in terms of the office, we feel that it'd be great to have the additional services of Heritage Service, body removal service. Both Paradigm and Heritage are Macomb County companies. And that was something that we found very advantageous in terms of this type of work and being available for body transport. You see before you in the contract, the pricing breakdown, but I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you, and now we will move on to item C, which is a purchase of National Medical Services, Forensic Laboratory Services in the amount of $150,000. Can I get a motion to recommend a full board?
Support.
We have support, or a motion by Wallace, support by Romano, and we have Andrew again.
Thank you, Commissioners. I appreciate that you put them all together. So I have an older agenda that was separated, so I didn't have to sit down and come back up. This item, we're seeking also a contract renewal for our National Medical Services. This is our laboratory service provider for the medical examiner office. As you can imagine, the services provided by labs are very particular in terms of the different panels that they do testing for our autopsies and our bodies that do come through the office. We've had a longstanding relationship with this company, very happy. They provide great services in terms of the additional types of testing they offer, which others do not, which is a big reason why we decided to stick with NMS. and be happy to answer any questions you might have on this contract.
Any questions, the director? Seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Commissioners.
All right, now we'll move on to item E, which was postponed from October 23rd, which is Resolution 2025-141186, a resolution to levy a Macomb County millage to support capital improvements at Martha T. Berry Medical Care Facility. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
Zinner support, Zinner motion.
All right, motion by Zinner, support by Wallace. Do we have any questions? Commissioner Van Sickle.
I'm totally in favor of getting Martha T. Berry some money. I'm just not in favor of putting another tax on the citizens of the county. I'd like us to find the money in our budget someplace we can look for that and let them have the money. But I don't want to put another tax on our citizens. Many people are struggling. I don't want to add to their problems.
All right, any other comments? Commissioner Ha.
None of us want to put a tax on anybody for anything, but the option is either we find 2 million in our proposed budget, which means we have to cut some other department, or we do this, which I think the amount was $5.80. It's not an if. When you have red tagged elevators in a facility that's taking care of the most vulnerable, we have to get it done. So I'm in favor of this resolution.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Chair.
See, anyone else have any? Commissioner Zinner.
I would say that this is about the most minimal tax that anyone could have. And I don't like to put taxes on either, but hopefully with the money that is received, it's not just the couple of major things that are state mandated, but also that building needs repair. I mean, it's a 75-year-old building, so there's a great need, and there are several reasons why this would be helpful, and it's less than $1 a month for 1 year, no strings attached. Thank you, Chair.
All right, seeing no other commissioners, can we please vote? All those in favor? Oh, actually, can I get a voice vote?
Commissioner Goike,
I mean, roll call.
Roll call, yes.
Commissioner Grote,
No.
Commissioner Ha,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Kraft,
No.
Commissioner Lucido,
Yes.
Commissioner Perna,
Yes.
Commissioner Romano,
No.
Commissioner Van Sickle,
No.
Commissioner Wallace, Commissioner Voino,
Yes.
Commissioner Zinner,
Yes.
Chair Sabatini.
No.
Motion passes 7-6. Commissioners Goike, Grote, Kraft, Romano, Van Sickle, and Sabatini voting no.
Thank you. All right, now we will move on to item E, which is a budget amendment from Macomb Community Action. CS 25-2025-517 grant award. And can I get a motion to recommend this to the full board?
So moved.
Support.
We have a motion by Van Sickle and support by Howard. And we have Edward Scott here to explain this to us. How are you today?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
Good.
Thank you all for taking the time to listen to me this afternoon. What you have before you is a budget amendment to shift about $200,000 of funds within CSBG into personnel. This does not affect the bottom line or revenues of the county for this year's budget. We are making this shift because we were anticipating an additional funding source coming in this year that staff were going to be working under, and there were some delays in those funds becoming available to us. They are available to us now, but for the period of time that we needed to cover those salaries, that's the what that number represents. So
Thank you. And just so you know, we always welcome for you to come speak to us. We love it when you come. You usually have money that you're getting us, so.
Yeah, I love it when I can bring you good news.
Any commissioners have any questions? All right, seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't. Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you for your
She
time
looked at
today.
me like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, all right. It wasn't mine, my fault that time. Moving on to item F, contract with AgeWays No Wrong Door Program in the amount of $125,970. And we have our Director of Senior Services here, Sheila. Can I get a motion to recommend this to full board?
So moved.
Recommend it.
We have a motion by Goike, support by Van Sickle. Hi, Sheila, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you? Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a contract with AgeWays to provide services to individuals for long-term care options. We have a staff person trained. The grant is technically through the state, but AgeWays received the grant and we're contracting with AgeWays to provide the service. So it's a fee-for-service contract. Any questions?
All right, any questions? Seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to some presentations, and we have our favorite Chief Veteran Service Officer here, Laura, to give us our third quarter report. Can I get a motion to receive and file?
So moved.
Support Zinner.
We have a motion by Howard, support by Zinner. Laura, how are you today?
I'm good.
All right.
How are y'all? So for the third quarter, we basically wrapped up the advertising campaign that was from April through August. And then the Detroit Lions started, which was a separate buy and a separate advertising campaign, and that one started September 25th. And so I do have some statistical data to share. So we are advertising with Detroit Lions streaming only during when the Lions play home and only on Fox. So if it's a Sunday game, we're there. If it's a Monday or a Thursday night game, we're not there. If it's the pregame show from 10 to 12, we're advertising during that. And we also pick 6 non-Lions games to actually advertise on Fox. So it could be the 4 o'clock game, when they had their bye week or what have you. So I have some statistical data from the September game from Browns versus Lions, that 42,000 viewers were watching when our ad was streaming. And then the game from October 5th, which was Lions versus Cincinnati, 50,000 viewers were watching. So it's delayed, so I didn't get like the game that just happened. Obviously, that's going to be December, but it's a little bit delayed. So I will say that we have been tracking our phone calls, and our phone calls seem to be more every week after our advertising on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we are seeing more calls coming in on Monday. So we're trying to find out, hey, how did you hear about us? It could be that the ad just triggered them to call us and they were already a client in our office but hadn't been there in a few years. But it's working. It is working. So as far as we are seeing an uptick in requests for financial assistance. Obviously, we had the shutdown. We had the scare of the no food stamps or, the SNAP benefits. And so we are seeing a huge uptick in requests for services or requests for emergent need assistance. Some of these are 10, 20. We just had one that came across this week was over 22,000 that they're asking for. So the committees are there's 2 committees. One is uses state money and one uses my money. But they're very diligent on, okay, can we do something else besides this? And those are usually home repairs, that they're so overwhelming and they go from that. So that's what's pending in my office for the quarterly report. And then you saw the statistical data on how many veterans we're transporting, that we're paying to transport to the VA, and then how many receiving our psych evaluations, our financial coaching, and our hearing loss.
Does anyone have any questions? Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon. I was curious, you said the ads are streaming ads.
Yes.
Does that media allow you to geographically target?
Yes.
So is it by like Macomb County or?
Yes.
Right answers, right answers, right answers. Thank you very much.
So streaming means if somebody's watching, actually, this breakdown, this month, I got a breakdown on how they were streaming. So Roku, desktop, Fire TV, iOS handheld, Apple TV, Android handheld, Samsung Tizen, iOS tablet, Xbox. Who knew that? You can stream on Xbox. And then Chromecast and Android tablet. So they break down the numbers. Now, the one I got in September did not have the breakdown of those numbers, but that's what streaming is. So to advertise during the game on Fox was $40,000 a game for one 30-second ad. So streaming was $6,000. That was more realistic.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Chair.
Commissioner Howard?
Yeah, I just want to say we stayed late after church and somebody threw the game up on our church projection screen, and next thing I know, I heard Veteran Services, Macomb County. I was like, oh, so I was trying to take a picture of the ad, so it was really cool, and it sparked a conversation to somebody that I believe called. And so I just wanted to say, like, your ad's definitely working. When I go pump gas at 9 and Ryan, I see our ad on the gas station, and have had a conversation with a couple people in our immediate community, and they said that they have been a vet for a very, very long time, never called, never was interested in seeking services. And I was like, well, these are the services that you deserved and you earned. And so he got in part of the program and is benefiting from those. So I just want to say, good job. And then I had a question. Veterans and even a lot of active duty soldiers, military personnel are like heavily like lining up at food banks and stuff right now. Are there any programs specifically? I know Macomb Community Action does a lot of food. We just partnered with them to give away a bunch of food 2 weekends ago. But is it anything particularly like for veterans or active military folks that we can send folks to so that maybe they don't have to wait as long?
Well, our Veteran of the Year works at our food bank and is the co-chair of the food bank at Vietnam Veterans Chapter 154. And they are prepared, and they have a huge uptick for veterans, and they will not turn anybody away from Selfridge. So if they get a referral from Selfridge and that person lives in Oakland or whatever, but if they're at Selfridge and they send them over, they're going to get 1 month's supply of food, and then they're going to get the list of where to go the next time. So they are doing their due diligence to take care of the people on Selfridge, and also, and of course, the government employees are not getting paid.
Right.
So the first crisis is food.
Yeah. Could you just shoot that information in an email? I was trying to write it down just so I can use that.
Vietnam Veterans Chapter 154.
154, okay.
Yeah, and they're on 18025 15 Mile Road in Clinton Township, and they're between Kelly and Garfield. Yes,
Perfect.
Kelly and Garfield. It's like Groesbeck and Garfield on the north side. And off the top of my head, I don't want to butcher their phone number. But as soon as I see it, I know it. So,
Thank you
but
so
they're
much.
open 9 to 2, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Chair.
All right. Any other questions? Commissioner or Chair Sabatini?
Thank you. Hi, Laura. So I noticed on your quarterly accomplishments, you had 15 outreaches. That's a lot of outreaches. What were
It's
some of the
getting busier.
outreaches that you did in this quarter?
I do some speaking engagements. That quarter was probably the Clinton Township Taste of the Senses. We have outreaches. I don't do every outreach. I have a staff of 15 that I'll take turns in doing outreach. My secretary can definitely give you that list of all 15 because she keeps track of that. I just ask for the numbers of where we go, but I know for sure we were at Clinton Township Taste of the Senses because that is something we sponsor and we want to go to. And then this weekend, they're at the Stalls. It's in Chesterfield or New Baltimore. It's a
Chesterfield.
what is it called? The,
Car museum.
exactly. It's the car museum. So that's where we're going to be at this Saturday. And I get a ton of calls. The UAW call and do a presentation at the UAW. And how many UAW halls are there? A lot. So I just did one like a month ago at the one in Utica. I had a call today to do one next week on Wednesday at actually the Ford plant at 18 in Van Dyke. So I'll be there talking to 65 veterans.
Great.
So it's a big uptick around Veterans Day for sure.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Seeing no one, can we please vote? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion passes 13-0.
All right. Thank you. And now we will move on to our budget reviews. This is for Veteran Services and the special, under special revenue pages D40 and 41 for any of those who want to look it up in the budget. Can I get a motion to receive and file?
Support, or so moved.
All right, from Howard and Wallace. All right. You're on again, Laura.
So I have the millage, which is calendar year, and then I usually get 3 grants that are fiscal year. And I know how much those are going to be because I submit my ask, and it all usually happens in the summer. So MVA, Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, came out with their amount. I got the IRS grant, and then I got the CEDM grant, which is Michigan Economic Impact Coalition. So now that we've passed the 1 October and what is approved and what's not approved, the IRS grant did not get approved. The CEDM grant did get approved, so that's going to go as planned. And then, of course, MVAA has a huge hiccup, huge. So when the state budget passed, when the governor signed it, I'm trying to think how, the language that was written, that the grant can only be used for payroll. And so
The grant can only be used for?
payroll and training. And we've never asked that because payroll, under their instructions, payroll can only be a new employee, not an existing employee. And I don't need any new employees. I just need, the outreach, the advertising, and all the other little things. And once again, we have the state of Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency gave $2 million out for nonprofits for homelessness, and nobody in Macomb got it. No nonprofit in Macomb County got it. A couple in Detroit got it, and they won't cover Macomb. So we set aside this last year $75,000 for that homelessness emergent need. And when I mean emergent need, we're getting a call on Friday at 5 o'clock that I have to move out of this hotel unless someone can pay for it. And I've already got an apartment that I'm moving into in 3 days, and I got 5 kids in the hotel. So that's the kind of urgency, and that's what that funds were really there for, is that emergency where it's not going in front of a committee. We're just working the crisis right then and there and stopping children from being homeless. I requested that this year. I requested for fiscal year 26 the money for homelessness. I requested Meyer vouchers to pay because Meyer vouchers pay for diapers and things like formula that our food bank doesn't have. And I also added for a little bit of advertising, which went last month for the contract that got approved. And all of that's on the table. So until they change, the state representative from Utica is looking to get the language changed because he's the chair of the Veterans Subcommittee, to get the language changed to add back some of those categories. We're on hold. We have no funds from them.
Unless you fire them and rehire them. You get that money, then you freeze up the other money.
But the grant is only $135,000, so that would be like 1.5 people, or not even, 1.25.
I'm just trying to think out of the box for you.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking of using that money to pay my supervisors for the tax program. Trust me, I was thinking outside the box because not knowing if I was getting the IRS grant. So that's basically where I stand. Is there any questions on where my categories sit and where I'm spending my money?
All right, does anyone have any budget questions for Laura? No? Wait, maybe?
Oh, you mean the tax compliance issue?
All right, Commissioner Sabatini. I knew I'd find someone to ask
Looking
you
at
a
me.
question.
You'll come up with
I'm
something.
good. I'm good.
So Laura, okay, how about your capital outlay? You've got $21,000 in the budget for this year that you're
Okay,
looking
so
to
are we on
spend,
the
and you
millage
have the
money?
same amount for this year's budget. Did you spend the 21,000 for this year, or
When
are
you
you
say
on?
capital outlay, is this the millage money or is this a grant?
This is in your millage, so page D40. You don't have any capital outlay in the other budget.
I'm getting to that page. Capital outlay is, okay, so that covers vehicles and furniture. So I do have a vehicle. So, so it's 21,000 that we requested. We've spent this year, well, as of April, it was 4,000 we spent in that category. Well, that was,
So you're looking to purchase a vehicle? Because that
no,
wouldn't
we
cover
already
that.
own a vehicle.
Because you have a vehicle operations line in your budget already.
Most of all this, okay. So the capital outlay was really for furniture, that we budget some money for furniture. Do I need furniture right now? No.
Okay. So right now in your budget, it's showing that you're looking for $21,000 for the next 3 years for furniture then. So I think you probably need to work with finance on that just to shore up what the actual number should be.
Okay. I think at the bottom line, though, we're still within our millage.
Yeah, you've got healthy fund balance. So your fund balance is no issue there, obviously. On your grant budget, however, it's a negative fund balance. That's
On my
one of my
grant
questions for
budget?
finance. That's a question for finance. I don't understand how we can have an operating fund at a negative. I've always had that question, though, I think, so something we're working on.
Yeah, that's a workday thing. So I'm trying to look at,
But we'll shore up with finance on that question. That's no issue for you.
okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Any other questions? Seeing none, can we please vote? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Motion passes 13-0.
All right. Well, thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to public participation. This is the opportunity for the public to participate for a maximum, they can speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Does anyone want to speak? All right, seeing none, we'll close. Wait, we got someone. She was hiding on me.
Hi, thank you. I'm Eileen McDonald. I'm from Paradigm Removal. And I just had a question in reference to how the process is for the county commission to have people come and address an item that's on your agenda. We wanted to address the commission before you went to a vote, but that didn't happen. So I need to find out how that is going forward, so we know next time if we submit a proposal that we have an opportunity to address you before it's committed. And secondly, and I don't know at this point if it's kind of water under the bridge because you already approved the contract for Heritage Services, but there were additional items, line items, that were submitted that were not actually on their proposal form. And they only have 2 line items here. And then the bid tabulation that is currently on Mitten only has the 1 page on it, not the page with the additional document or with the additional charges that were included in your packet. And the additional charges that were approved and considered were an agreement for transport services on Heritage's own document that wasn't signed. So I wondered how it was considered to be included in their proposal. So I know right now it's probably a little too late because it's already been approved, but going forward, maybe the time to have somebody come and address before you vote is to have people from the audience have an opportunity to discuss these things prior to. But Paradigm does look forward to participating and doing the excellent work that they do for the county. Mr. Elena is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and his staff has never let this county down, never. So I think it's important that, especially when Oakland County, he had to take those decedents to Oakland County, and he asked for additional mileage, and he was turned down. That's why we put that in this proposal now, and it was on his bid page, not as a blank or item listed in a proposed contract that says specimen on it. So anyway, we appreciate your time today, and I know we'll do an excellent job for the next 3 years, and thank you.
So we can't respond right now, but if you want to stay after the meeting, I'll come over and talk to you.
Okay, that would be helpful. Thank
Okay.
you. Have a good day.
All right. Seeing anyone else would like to speak from here in the public? All right, seeing none, we'll close public participation. Now we're going to move on to commissioner comments. Do we have any commissioners who choose to comment at this time?
Joe.
She can't see that
Commissioner
far.
Romano.
Donuts were good. Thanks again to Mr. Goyke for supplying the donuts. We appreciate it. That's all I have.
All paid for 'em.
Thank you.
They were good.
All right, anyone else? All right, seeing none, can I get
Motion
a,
to
Support.
got a
adjourn.
motion by Romano,
Wait,
Someone that wanted to talk.
wait,
You didn't see his
wait,
hand.
wait.
Commissioner Kraft.
Did you hit your button?
Quick reminder. Yeah, I hit the button. That's
Your
my
name did
problem.
not pop up on my
I
screen.
know. Technical failure. Reminder, commissioners, amendments for the budget need to be in by Friday. And also, thank you to all the commissioners that came to the CMH ribbon cutting this morning. In writing. To
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Happy budget. Thank you.
Now I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Romano, supported by Howard. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ay, 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 ay.
Motion passes 13-0.